abusunya Kennedy akompre ko Japan nsam e wo hopa a mepese ebeko ne akwakotie nyoma ni bi a ekoso.
There was a split. Some of you moved to Kennedy, others are land, others. The effort to reunite the party now, has it been the best?
Oh, not at all. There's not been any effort. Let me put it this way. There's not been any effort them together. And so it goes to leadership of the party. If they realizes that they divided the party, especially during the primaries, they should try and amend their ways. I was advised to say, one of the things we can do as a party to ensure that the next primaries, making so much a level playing field for everybody who wishes to conduct. So democracy now can see a practicing here and yeah, Juma. Now we said the course primaries. See, when Baumia said that we lost the election because the party's front was divided. Maybe that's who caused them. You caused it.
Baumia caused that?
94.1.
We're sure.
Yes, Q Newman in his paper. No? Is it not the beneficiary of what happened? As a beneficiary, he should have said, "Oh no, what is right." They bypass the law. Wouldn't say, "You promise no." Let's say parliamentary first before the presidential. They bent it. They turned it upside down and made sure say they ship all the parliamentarians to vote for one candidate. And to presidential national to a parliamentary. These are things that caused all these problems. And until we agree that it was wrong, and that we do the right thing, police station executive, new executive, you are not even aware. Can this be fair? And so that is where the whole issue generated. And he was right when he said that the division is costing and that much. And it's a part, remember, Agyapong said we were divided because of those things.
94.1.
Now say, this time around, we are doing it as prescribed by our own constitution. I'm sure we'll be able to bridge the differences. Agyapong is ready to reconcile with everybody. Or call university, or say, be anybody on that channel. Or also, you'll be on one channel. That is a big statement. Showing that he's ready to conform with the regulations and rules of the party to ensure that we rebuild the party. And I think that is what everybody should be doing, so that we bring everybody on board and win the 2028 election.
Somebody will say, sir, the approach and from the NPP Canada Japan end once more take you know. Campaign no one and you all sat down, watched as the party power slipped through your hands. And they blame Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. The lines of Canada, Japan, and Co must also be blamed because how many answer your campaign?
Canada, Japan, campaign, across several places, Oba Santi region. He didn't just do campaign, he used his money. Yakoba be no ma traditional authority in Sika. It will be because Canada, Japan, and campaign. He was calm in his campaign because he had been accused of 10 offenses, 10 sins of Canada, Japan. And he was just calm in his approach to the campaigning. Me, I'm a say, I was a secretary of the Reconciliation Committee. I did work. You get the point. But that cannot be said to be the reason why Baumia lost the election. We'll choose a popular candidate who campaigns on his propriety to win the election, not on the laxity of somebody who lost an election. And you know, we expected that the party would choose a popular candidate who go out there and win. And we didn't do that. We chose a candidate who was not popular and insisted that he is the favorite of some people. He should lead the party. And we had the results. And so I'm telling you, even those who are willing to do the job, they didn't allow them to do it.
The Wukasa Baumia no on your properly from all intents and purposes. And come on, people fast started, you know. It's like Baumia now is the last resort again. For the NPP in Tokas on your popular. The lies of Adwoa Safo and the other catchers say, Mumubi Muhuama.
I'll be surprised if you know the position of even the party leadership about who is going to contest the next election. It's not true. Adwoa Safo has become a friend of Baumi on an Namuye campaign. You don't expect him to say any other thing. What do I say? If Adwoa Safo is supporting Baumi, it is not surprising. Abua Paponi Homo Jabedi Kennedy Chinomo were they not pro Baumia supporters? It is not. It's never correct. If we make the mistake, and go and choose Baumia again, we will not have any better results.
MPP.
Yes. Look, let me analyze the defeat.
94.1.
So we tribal conflict here or not.
Exactly.
You see how it adversely affected the party. So we lost all the northern votes. And then when we come to Western region, the settler areas are half. We lost those places because these people were settlers whose numbers are quite huge. So it was across the country. Can this change when Baumia is brought back to contest? The answer is a big no. The second point, the religious point. Were you not surprised to see NPP losing the Zongos, even with Baumia? And have you asked yourself why? I have asked, and I know the reason. The Muslims rejected Baumia. Is this going to change when he is brought back? The answer is a big no.
But Muslims rejected Baumia when Baumia is a Muslim and go for John Mahama who is a Christian. Our logic with the Bemena.
I want to results, Nana.
But it cannot necessarily be the fact. Not Muslim, Muslim goes with Muslim.
And I'm saying that as results. Zongos in our monitor. We lost in all the Zongos.
Maybe and because Baumia because a Muslim.
But the party didn't call election. What did Dom? He is a Northerner and a Muslim, and for the first time in the history of the party, we are sending a Northerner who is a Muslim to win the Northern votes and the Muslim votes for the MPP. That was the only reason and rationale behind the selection of Baumia. And so, going to the election, we were expecting that we will see that there's increase in votes from those areas to complement those votes from the rest for us to win the election. I am saying that it failed. Why? Because the people had reasons to reject Baumia. And are we going to bring the same candidate? I'm not saying Baumia is not a gentleman. I'm not saying he's inefficient. But the Niamama party got power, no? And yet those things that sends a party to power is what caused our defeat. And if we want to address that, we can repeat the candidate. And I think that you have heard the argument. Almost Kofi called 3 times, Nanado called 3 times, and the Baumia called 3 times. It means that they believe 2028 is a done deal for NDC because Baumia cannot win 2028. It's year train. 2032 near the Noko.
Wow.
Yes.
That is so interesting. I'm surprised with this analysis though. Say Baumia anti the Muslim command. Now rather a Christian John Dramani Mahama. So what can I on?
Let me tell you. John Mahama has rewarded the Muslims by giving them another public holiday and only send the first project I'll come have some a hard village.
Yeah.
Have you thought of it?
Yeah.
It is a reward for voting for him. He is rewarding them. You monitor the election and you see that the Muslims rejected Baumia. And when we went to the Zongos, they told us why. They say he doesn't practice pure Islam. They said he went to a shrine, he went to churches. And I call you Philadelphia. So no a church to a shrine or call. Any idea you go good it is so?
And we don't even know the true religion of Dr. Baumia.
Yes.
True faith of Baumia.
Exactly. So the question of the religious advantage that he has, it's not there again. Let's think about these two.
Sir Mike, a question.
Yes, Reverend Mebusa lawyer said in my previous statement, we didn't come up. Emma on reconciliation of the party, no, he told me say Omaya Hojuma, and before the elections, no, he was the secretary to the Ashanti Regional Reconciliation Team. Why is he telling us today, say they made no effort in reconciling the party?
No, I know you're now after the party lose. For reconciliation, yeah, now
or before the election. Okay, now or previous before the election.
Yeah, lawyer.
Sir Mark, I am now reconciliation after election. Results no buy, and you said there are several issues. One of the things that the party has to do is to embark on a reconciliation activity to make sure that we are all together now, promising them that there will be fairness in the conduct of our elections, and that we will respect the right of everybody. Because look, you're too about we never showdown. You can't say nothing happened. You can't say nothing happened. Something happened. And then when we have tried, in fact, at the reconciliation, in terms of party people, we invited everybody, tried to resolve their differences. We had about 80% success. But Oma agreed as supporters, no? What happened to them? Adwoa and the Ejusu issue. We met them, not once, not twice, trying to resolve the issue, got them to mobilize the supporters. But after the election, when I met them and asked them, sir, so what happened? They gave me a different view about what happened when they went back home and the decision they took on whether or not to support NPP in the elections. And we have to revisit all of them now and bring the people together.
Lawyer, my man now was on this, but I think, sir, the party in Asante region, so by cultural say, the region, no, it's known for the party. In Tinker, so there, one more party, more there, region. If I look at how the MDC beat you guys mercilessly, first time hitting over 30%, and also your Zongo community.
Medase. Someone himself, Alan Chamatin, President region.
Aye.
Okay. I am telling you, Oma, you're sorry, and you are too about Yamu. Oma, no more support to Alan Chamatin, and other factors, including chieftaincy and tribal issues, played a role in this. What does it? And you know, the point that we are making is that the reasons for the apathy was not because they didn't just want to go to Kofi. Economic policies like levy affected us. The fact of say Chimobi Samobi affected the party. Party people want to about who can't manage them get to so say I saw them can't get to man. The root cause of everything is how we selected our leaders in the primaries. And they thought it was not worth dying for the party longer. Me come baby, I'm a tuaba. Team, football team. Say my mom t-shirt, they will not vote because primaries no one say you I had to promise them the t-shirt, but I'll have to buy it because we have another election to go. And this affected the party in Asante region. And I'm against the findings that were made by Untumi Committee because they wanted to watch some people. What I say? Otherwise, if they were going down to look for the causes of beta, you know that it is clear. And there was a conflict in the executive committee too. You are aware of the Asante Regional Executive Committee. There was confusion everywhere. And yes, we lost, but it's because the favorite candidate of the Asante Region party members was not chosen. What he no can, no vote, no can. It was true. It wasn't manufactured though.
Ezra 94.1.
Now come and share. So papa ne where do ohene madaruma anopa mamim faunya example. Now it doesn't translate to having the people to support you. What does it? And these were things that he ought to have checked. And yes, you may have the favor of those up there. What about those of us who are down there, who have been neglected, who feel cheated and all that? It's important. Remember, Canada, Japan had 37% in all. And he has support. Now, me make platforms and me daso. Yeah, na me prom choice someone to about. You will not believe it. And they were insisting they will not vote. You will not believe it. Kennedy had to communicate on all those platforms. So, it is better for us to be in government than to be in opposition.
Ezra 94.1.
And look, let's do what is right. See, yeah, elections. We all come together and work. Yeah, some mafia and Yakusu free and this near the people. I am mafia and Kwaniabo.
I appear study wa Ewan Krebi Mike
lawyer appear study we say Ochianamum me say would you tum say second Japan enyan free NPP mu a anase onfiri asase so a ebe den say party NPP ebetimi aba power. There are two issues. Say second Japan and lead party no na onfiri mu dia ebe den say party aba power. Do you agree to that?
I don't agree at all to it. I don't agree at all. The meaning I say Canadian Japan be election. Normal fair election. Na yato. Na Canadian lose.
94.1.
He will happily join whoever wins and campaign. On your showdown. Na say Ibunu sisinu dia and the supporters ni na be showdown.
Thank you, lawyer. I'm grateful. Right. So